Okay. We going live, guys.
Hey.
We are on Hangouts here. And I just finished stuff in my face. Real quick. Okay. We going live. I'm bringing lights into our Hangouts. Bringing light into our Hangouts. We have little dark backgrounds that will be appearing. You know.
Okay.
We got CC. No, first of all.
Yes. What's up? What's up?
We have somebody new. First of all, you guys know CC. You guys may not be able to see her well because she's in her car. She's on the road. You know what I mean? CC's on the road right now.
Yes.
But not only is she on the road, but our new sister who has joined us on this platform, in which we have introduced in our past video, and she will now introduce herself.
Hello, my name is Kim. Good to see everybody.
Kim is a sister from another mister. Okay?
Yes.
And Mrs. No, she just you know, we love Kim has been
sis.
Which sis? Kim sis or Sheena sis?
Why my phone want to ring now all of a sudden?
Oh, we haven't.
Because we're about to go ahead and, put some positive vibes out in the atmosphere. And, them negative spirits be trying to run interference when that goes down.
Absolutely.
That's really what that is. Real talk.
Yes.
Because I had to rebuke some negative energy yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's only when you're focusing on trying to do something different and you're trying to do something positive, you're trying to do something uplifting, a lot of old baggage decides to want to rear its ugly head,
And we see that CC's phone is ringing right now.
Yeah, she got the hotline bling going on right now.
That's all right. I'm about to block this. So hold on.
Hey, you would really think that it's like a 4th of July parade out here. You just got people walking around out here.
So, Kim.
Yes.
So, introduce yourself. Who's Kimberly? Where you been, Kim?
Well, I'm a very versatile individual. I come from, I can say, several different walks of life. Originally from the Bean, of course, homegrown and raised.
Right.
Definitely I represent that 617. But, since an early age, early teens, I've relocated several different times. Been in Maryland, South Carolina. What's up? What? Why? Yeah, my name is Kay. I'm actually in the middle of a telephone call. Thank you. Fuck? Who the fuck does that shit? Like, who the fuck walks up on somebody's fucking car? Who does that shit? I'm sorry. Okay, listen. Yo, I gotta take these glasses off.
Yo, I seen when he was walking over. I'm like,
oh, you ain't saying nothing, yo. Yo, you don't blind.
Okay, let's get back real quick. So let's introduce.
But anyway,
yeah. Let's introduce what we're doing here right now. So we have this platform, the siSTAR-HOOD Chronicles, in which we're going to be discussing, many aspects of, that comes along with sisterhood and the reasons why, we're so separated from sisterhood and how we need to thrive to connect a little bit more within our sisterhood, so that we can have each other's back and be able to support one another accordingly. You know, right about now, we don't support one another, and it's difficult for us to support one another because we're so tied up in the jealousy, or you know, somebody's intimidated by the next, or whatever the case may be. You know, so we developed this platform, you know, CC and I, so therefore we can bring sisters together and create some type of development, some type of healing, some type of bond. You know, it's whereas it's helpful for us to move forward with, you know, because at this point in
Yes.
time, we can't do nothing if we have nothing. And if we have
Right.
each other, then, you know, we can gain more. You know, and we also had, we have Kimberly, who is a part of our team. And we want us to be able to grow with this. You know, it's not going to just be us three. We want to be able to grow with this. You know, and we invite others to be on our platform. Because now it's the three of us, it's not just two. You know, so we want to be
Right.
able to have guests and have you, you know, sign on to your hangouts and jump on board when you get the invite, you know. But I will keep talking, and I don't want to just keep talking because, you know, Cece has a lot to say, and Kimberly has a lot to say before we jump into whatever it is that we have to say and which we would enjoy. So,
Right.
Cece, go on, baby.
Okay, we still on introductions.
Yes.
Well, um, if you guys don't know, some of you guys do know from me doing Two Fruits Dakina, who I am. But for those who don't know, they call me Cece. I am originally from Boston, Massachusetts, big up Beantown, and I just turned 33 years old. I am a mother of two beautiful children. Um, I just I feel as though I have a passion to get a message out here into the world. I want us ladies to come together as sisters on this platform to express our voices and our experiences to help us to bond together.
Exactly.
For whatever background we may come from, whatever differences we may have, we do all have things that common. So with that being said, um, we all have unique situations that we have in common that have brought us together. And we need to heal because in order to move forward with anything that we're doing, especially in the relationship sector,
Right.
we need to not be bringing baggage into the next thing that we're going into, whether that's relationship, business, or whatever. We need to not be bringing all of these negative emotions and frequencies into the next phase of our lives. So with that being said, you know, we all have something to say. We all have something to be heard. I just ask that you guys bear with me and bear with us because our voices are trying to come back from a long, tumultuous week. So, ladies, if you guys want to go ahead and what's next on the roster to discuss?
So we now would like to, you know, the people would like to know who we are, you know, our background and where we come from, and you know, pretty much the who, when, where, and why questions. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
um, you know, I have a few YouTube subscribers in which this video goes on to YouTube. So a lot of them already know. Some of them probably already know just by watching and following of who I am, you know, and watching the shows from the beginning and things of that nature. So I come from a single family background. I have two children. I'm a single parent of two. Um, you know, I graduated out of high school, walked across the stage with my son. You know, moving forward, I had another child 2 years after. You know, then I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. It wasn't with the kid's father. I still have the same baby father, about this, you know, for both children of mine. We share the same dad. But still, you know, I really didn't have any thought of what I wanted to do other than modeling. You know, so I'm trying to figure out what I wanted to do here, and you know, trying to apply for these modeling jobs over there. You know, and it just wasn't fitting because I'm like, what is it that they want, you know? And because of so, I'm like, I have to figure out who I am. So although I'm still applying for these modeling gigs and not getting through, or unless they're taking my money from me, you know, all of these agencies that's out there, you know, you guys screw you, you guys are corny for all that. You know, I went through like 3 different agencies who scammed me for my money, for my pockets. But you know, other than that, I had to keep flowing. I had my kids, so I still would
Right.
always work. You know, I did go to school, urban college, so I didn't know if I really wanted to deal with somebody else's children by running my own daycare center. You know, I went there for child care growth and development. Um, but moving forward, I got myself into the human service field. Been rocking the human service field ever since I was like what 18 or so. You know, straight on through. Um, for the most part, you know, I worked with the youth for a long period of that time. You know, then I transferred over to working with the adults with the mental health and developmental disabilities and things of that nature. But through all that, I was like, what am I going to do with me? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be working at these jobs and working at these dead end positions, and they can fire me, and not only that, they don't even appreciate me. But I still was doing so because I still have mouths to feed. You see what I'm saying? And with those mouths, I'm doing it by myself. So
Right.
I did the modeling. I went to RCC, filled out for acting stage for stage acting for stage and television or whatever the case may be. Did that first semester. Then I'm like, the second semester, broadcast media. That hit me. I don't know where it came from. I had goosebumps and everything. Like when I mentioned broadcast media to my advisor. So as I'm taking the courses, I'm in the BMT class, the Broadcast Media and Technology class at RCC, Roxbury Community College, and I become the president of the BMT. So I'm rocking all my quizzes. I'm doing everything I need to do. We have production tests. I'm passing the production test. And you need like 4 or 5 people in your group in order to pass the grade. I'm the one that's taking over everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that's not holding up to their weight. I'm holding up to everybody's weight. So I'm making sure, because if not, we all fucking fail. Boom. So now, going through RCC, I developed the Let Us Talk About It show. Let Us Talk About It started in my living room as one of my tests. And now I have Let Us Talk About It on YouTube and everything. My first show was actually was during my classes, as I was still attending my classes at RCC. So on to that, I just advanced and excel because I'm like, this is what I want to do. This is me. Not even realizing that all my life as a child, I'm recording people. I'm snapping pictures of my friends. I have family members running from my camera, running from my lens. I didn't even realize that until I started to do my broadcast media outside of, what I was doing. So it connected, everything connected. So I just ran with it. And now from that point, I'm like, I need to be able to build what I need to build to do this, So I enjoy doing it, and I started recording events and going back home and learning everything I learned from school. I applied it to, the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would go and record people's events, and I would come back home and edit it and give them the finished product. And I started to, purchase equipment, all types of equipment.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now I'm putting into my business what is called Two Fruits Productions. That's the name I gave it ever since I was in college. Two Fruits Productions. And it's based off of Appleberry, my last name. To all of that, So then I'm like, my name is Boss Lady Supreme. You know what I'm saying? Boss Lady Supreme isn't, I think that kind of, they say when you give yourself a name, you actually, manifest that name. You know what I'm saying? Like, to actually be you. Like, if you say you're a loser, my name's Loser, you're going to actually be a loser. You know what I'm saying? So I think,
right.
By me even giving myself that name, Boss Lady Supreme, it motivated me along with my children to go and do more. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's the reason why I actually got further with what I've been trying to accomplish, because now I have not just let us talk about it for the youth, I mean for the adults, I have it for the youth. And it's not just, it wasn't in my living room for that long. I excelled to, other locations and radio. And I'm still dealing with radio, but this radio network, it was my first radio network on the Power Network, whereas it was syndicated to like 23 states and like 4 countries outside the U.S. So we was doing
Wow.
good, So I rocked it, and I still just carried on with what I was wanted to do, and I'm still doing it. So as far as, who we are, we got to figure out what it is that we admire about ourselves. We got to dig into what it is that we like, and what makes us happy. I didn't know that broadcast media was going to make me happy. I didn't know that when I was a child. Well, I knew that when I was a child, I was out here recording people and taking pictures of people and doing all this media work. And then when I got into my college years, I'm like, oh, I connected it. Like, damn, I was already doing this. This is my calling. You know what I mean? And from that calling, now I'm trying. I'm building my youth mentoring program for the youth so that they can do the same thing. For those youth who are interested in doing music, doing radio, doing televised movies, anything up underneath the sun. Because now with Two Foods Productions, not only just for televised, but we also have the marketing aspect and the promotional aspect and the advertising. We have all of this, and we're teaching our kids the same thing. We just have to figure out what it is that we want to do as women and reach for it. And just keep going. I'm not there, but I'm almost there, and I feel it. And I just feel as though me being who I am, this is an introduction of who I am. I strive, and I always every day want to know how to do better, how to get better. There becomes a little procrastination that jumps in the middle, but at the end of it all, it's them hurdles that you have to get over. Throughout those procrastinations, because every procrastination is something that comes behind it. So I try not to have any type of procrastination. That's something that also brings the energy level down. I don't know. I just know that I can do better, and I'm striving to do better every day as a woman, as who I am, as Shakina, as me being me. And I just want other women to be able to do the same thing.
Right.
Awesome.
Sorry, that was a lot.
That's okay.
No,
That
but
was
it needed to be said, because those are the things that our women out there need to hear. They need to hear the story of how you got to where you are, and that you're still motivated and you're still inspired and ambitious to go for more, because you're worth more, and you truly know your worth. And that's a lot of things that us as women, we lose sight of when we are called to duty as mothers sometimes, or are called to duty as wives, and things of that nature. We're so accustomed to putting ourselves on the back burner and putting everybody on the forefront. We forget about ourselves. We forget about our dreams and the things that motivated us, before we took on those additional roles, instead of finding a healthy balance between those roles. That's where a lot of us get lost. And that's something that I can definitely testify to,
Right.
in my case, and just kind of out to my introduction before I was rudely interrupted by some random person on the street. But, you know what I'm saying, like, I come from where I come from. I already stated I'm from the Bean, but went through a lot of tumultuous things in my youth, and things that had a major impact on me. And even through all that, I still have a positive mindset. I'm still very optimistic opposed to pessimistic about the things that I want to accomplish. You feel what I'm saying? Where my thing is, I love talking to people. Motivational speaking, that's something that, it's close to me. I like to give somebody positive, because you never know what the next person is going through. You never know, just a kind word of saying hello, or how you doing, or have a great day, can change somebody's life in that instant, in that moment. So you taking that time to go ahead and have that introduction and really break it down like that, it was needed, definitely. And we appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that.
And thank you for that, because I also, I come from low self-esteem, area of having low self-esteem myself, and feeling like You know, who am I? Not knowing, and then, you know, my skin being chocolate, and not only my skin being chocolate, but my last name being Appleberry. So I had so many reasons for somebody to pick on me, and not only that, my hair was nappy. You know what I mean? And then when I had the Jerry curls, oh my God, girl. You know what I mean? So it was just like, yo, you know. So then, you know, then I had the hand-me-down shoes. I mean, the hand-me-down clothes, and yeah. So I wasn't really feeling me all like that. You feel
Yeah.
me? But you know, you want to be able to inspire those youth that has those thoughts that I have, because you know it creates bullying, right?
It
Right,
does.
right.
It
And I
Mhm.
does.
think and I think that each and every one of us had something about ourselves that
Do you have your hand on the speaker?
Oh, you can hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Verizon, can you hear me now?
But yeah, my voice just feels so hoarse, but at the end of the day, I feel like each and every one of us has those type of insecurities about ourselves, even to the point where from the outside looking in, others might tell us, you know, that you're beautiful and you're this and you're that, but on the inside, if we feel some type of a way about ourselves, it's something that is kind of like a hindrance, but we tend to appreciate it as we get older about ourselves. You know what I mean? Those insecurities and flaws that we tended to not like or kind of hide ourselves, that's what helped us to make us who we are today.
Right.
I know when
Yeah.
I was growing up, I used to be insecure about my boobs because big boobs ran in my family, and I just really did not like the size of my breast. I felt like I matured a little bit too quickly. I felt as though my shape was a little bit too grown for my age. Then when I started, you know, the hormones and all that stuff, I went through all the weight changes, the ups and the downs with my weight. So I was insecure about that. My face started doing this breaking out thing. So I was insecure about my skin. And I would look at my mom, who was so beautiful and very light skinned. And here I am, I'm between the complexion of her and my father. My father's very dark and my mom is very light. And I would just see her looking so beautiful in the morning, getting up, going to work, putting her makeup on, and I'm comparing myself to her. Like, why am I not beautiful like this, like my mom? Why am I not light skinned, fair skinned like my mom? You know what I'm saying? She has nice skin. I have all this acne. And it was just all these different mixtures of feelings going on about myself. You know, I didn't have anyone to tell me, you know, it's all right, or, you know, love yourself for who you are, or whatnot. You know, she was too busy working and trying to make that coin, that I don't think that she really knew how to be, you know, the things that we know now, how to encourage our children and be a more of a friend to our daughters and things like that, and embrace our daughters. You know, my mother was she was passing on what her mom passed to her, how she raised her. And my grandmother wasn't really knowledgeable in those things either. So it was kind of like a generational thing. You know what I mean? And growing up in a West Indian household, that made it even more like, you know, the way everyone is so strict and everyone is so hard on you. They call it tough love, but, you know, these are the things that had an effect on the upbringing, you know, how I looked at myself and how I viewed the world and things like of that nature. So I feel as though these are the kind of flaws that, you know, help mold us to be the woman that we are later on in life, though. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Right. I agree. I agree.
I agree. Yeah. Definitely you can't have a testimony without a test. And, the things that we went through up into, these points in our lives definitely have chiseled and molded us into the woman that we are, that we can speak from, the points that we speak from, and we can speak from it knowledgeably through experience, not through hearsay and somebody else's story, but can go ahead and put our own story out there where others would be able to relate to it. And that's what it's about, us women being able to relate to each other. At so many times there's so much negativity, it's so much backbiting, it's so much trying to tear each other down based off
Right.
of what society deemed was supposed to be okay for us. We're forgetting, at one point in time, black women, women of, minority descent, Latinas, everything like that, very strong unity bonds. We stood together, you know what I'm saying? It was truly a village where now it's, one chick talking to, oh, she thinks she all that because she looked like this. She thinks she all that because she looked like that. Opposed to like, you know what, that's a really beautiful sister. And being okay with paying that sister a compliment. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? And it not be on nothing malice. It's something positive. It's rare that we get that now, and a lot of it has to do with what society has put out there for food for people to, interpret and intake. So, definitely, I know you ladies had this platform rolling before, but super excited to be a
We just
part of.
starting.
Can you hear me?
We just starting it.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to well, I know you guys were working together in other aspects that was reaching out to the community as far as spreading the positivity, but I'm definitely excited to be a part of this new endeavor. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is going to definitely raise a lot of awareness. It's definitely going to encourage a lot of women. And that we're in
Correct.
a time nowadays where that's what's needed. Like, it's so much going on that women internalize because they don't feel like they can relate to somebody, or they're fearful that the person that they relate to is going to take the information that they share with them in confidence and take it out to others and, be CNN and broadcast their business. So this showing that, this is
And
not.
and 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 to piggyback off of what you just said, we know that I've already experienced something to that nature. You know what I mean? Like putting my personal situation out there to the masses, and where I'm open for judgment and being received in, instead of a supportive matter, some people tend to use that and say, oh, she's stupid, or oh, she's weak for that, or oh, I wouldn't have done it like that, or oh, that wouldn't have been me. And that's one of the things that keep women from wanting to share their story with other women, or share their story with anybody, period, because a lot of women feel that once they do that, it's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? And instead of them getting help, they're going to be judged. Just as women out here that have dealt with rape, they're rape victims. A lot of them are scared to come out because people look at them as if you called on the person to rape you. Oh, it must have been something you was wearing that made this person want to touch you. It must have been because the fact that you like to wear tight clothes or revealing outfits. So when you share your story, you do tend to sometimes we do tend to attract a negative connotation from other women who may not understand. Just because you don't experience my experience, or just because your story is not my story, that does not make me any less of a woman than you. That does not make me weaker than you. It's just your story is your story, and
Right.
my story is my story. We're supposed to learn from one another and help nurture one another and help support one another to get through these storms. And you know what I'm saying, just have each other's back without pointing fingers or downgrading each other or demeaning each other.
I agree.
I agree on
Definitely
that.
agree.
Yeah, but I just think that people have a lot of skeletons, in their closet that they hold for self, and
Right.
that's a big aspect in it. But that goes back to us being able to come together. Like, you don't need to feel as if you're better than the next. And a lot of that is going around as somebody feeling as if they're better than the next. No, we're all women, and we all go through the same old bullshit, whatever type of bullshit it is, you know.
Right.
But we
And
just,
at the end of the day, I feel as though it takes a certain kind of woman to even expose that vulnerable side of herself. Like, to me, that represents strength to even come out and say, hey, world, this is what I'm going through. Hey,
right,
world, look at me, hear me. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So instead of looking at it as a form of weakness, I actually think that's kind of strong and kind of big. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, you even have to work yourself up to expose any intimate part like that of your life. A lot of people are living in the shadows with that. A lot of people are keeping things like that, like emotional abuse, physical abuse, domestic stuff. They keep that behind closed doors. They sweep it under the rug,
Yeah, all
and
those.
and that stuff builds up on the inside. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Right.
It builds
And
up on
it,
the
and it,
inside. So therefore, they feel they can't get any help. They can't get any help, and people around them don't understand what's going on with them because everything is being internalized. They don't have an outlet. So I think it takes some kind of strength. You have to be a strong woman to say, you know what, I'm going to put it all out there and create an outlet for myself, so that people that are going through the same thing can relate to me, and that's called being relatable, because there are tons of women going through the same thing, worse than you, similar to you, or
right.
even men are going through some of these things that we're going through with women.
Right.
Very, very true. Very true. And a lot of times the men, the brothers, they are definitely forgotten about, but because they are, looked at technically supposed to be stronger than us, as far as them being male and us female. And they're
Right,
looked at as if they're emotionless, as if they don't have emotions. And in
right,
actuality, they do have a lot of emotions, but again, it goes back to what society has put out there and deemed okay for, each, male and female, what's appropriate for this sex, what's not appropriate for that sex. So for a very long time, still even to this day, when men decide to show their emotion, they're looked upon as weak, when in actuality it's not weak. They're human just like us. At the end of the day, if
right,
they don't have a way to express their emotion, what do you expect? That's when you have to worry about powder kegs, you know what I'm saying, or a trigger setting somebody off. And that goes for the women as well. But, just taking it back to the brothers, because they don't get too much of a platform to have these type of discussions. You feel what I'm saying?
right,
Yeah.
Or even to be recognized in these type of discussions, because there's men that are in the positions that we're in, you feel what I'm, or have been
exactly,
in the past, where they're genuinely good men, got good hearts, have good intentions, and put good actions to those things,
Yeah.
but they're dealing with a female that doesn't know how to appreciate them, and they sustain emotional abuse, verbal abuse, mental abuse, being torn down as a man. And then people are baffled when they see out here in society, and this is not knocking anybody who chooses, to be gay or anything like that, but you see the demasculating of our men nowadays, because they're told that they have to
Right.
march to a certain sound of a drum, opposed to them truly being who they are. And, hey, can I sit down and tell you how I feel without you going all the way left and losing your mind like I'm saying something that is blasphemous? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
right.
definitely, I mean, that was definitely a good point to put out there, because the brothers, they don't always get recognized for that. And they need a voice out there too. They need to know that, it's okay, for us to be able to have a conversation. It's okay to
So we
be
need
able
to
to
get
recognize when I'm not being treated right, and things of that nature.
we need to get a brotherhood. A
Yeah,
brotherhood platform.
we do.
Yes, I agree.
A brotherhood.
I
So
agree that we need to also include the brothers
if
and
you
and
guys,
make a platform for them too, or find a brother that can make a platform for other brothers, because this is what's happening.
real quick, you guys need a flashlight, yo. You guys are like,
Am I super dark? I thought my lighting was helping me a little bit.
look how it look. Look how it look on my phone.
Damn, we look blacked out, don't we?
That's bad. Nobody's gonna watch it with it being like
Okay, let me
Okay.
see if I can get into some better light.
Let's see. Readjust.
Let me
hold
see
on,
if I can get
people.
into some better
Hold on.
light, guys.
Yeah, we wanna I'll be right back.
Okay. Are we going inward?
Yes, on the porch. I
Uh,
was trying to text you to tell you to turn your, because your auxiliary is mad loud on the.
yo.
your corner. Let me go get my chair. I was just about to say. And then maybe we can share one phone because it's gonna be feedback. Like you see that? Yeah, you don't have that. Oh yeah, this light is great.
Much better.
But I'm not gonna be standing up though. Oh,
Okay, somebody's phone gotta hang up.
I'll hang up. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We can get close to we. It's gonna be a lot of feedback.
I didn't even know you had glasses on.
You didn't know I had glasses? Damn. It was that dark.
Yes. Yes. Where's Kim at?
She went to go get a seat.
Okay. Get a seat at the
She
table.
went to go get a seat.
A seat at the table.
But yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, that's the problem. Like the brothers feel like some of the brothers feel like they don't have a voice,
Mm-hmm.
and some of the sisters feel like they don't have a voice.
Right.
So when you have two people that have gone through experiences and both of them feel like they don't have a voice, right?
That was you. You I like
What you say?
that was actually you talking.
Now you sound mad low now.
Can you hear me now?
All Verizon in the building.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but you sound mad low.
So maybe I
You
need to
got your earbuds in.
no. What about now?
I can hear you, but
It's just low.
Okay, maybe because I signed into the YouTube. Hold on. Let me see. Right. Always want to do something different.
No, for real, like you know we in the country,
because
right?
you was loud in the car. You sounded mad loud in
Real
the.
clear.
Okay.
So right now I sound way whack.
You sound like far back, like way like
Way back in the time.
in the woods.
Damn. Hold on.
Yeah, it's just so rude. Who walks up on people's cars?
Move
Oh,
on to
That's
my
crazy.
people.
like trying to back.
Wow.
Like, yo, you know how I'm in my car on the phone,
Wow.
like, and it's dark, and you black too.
Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you. You just
No, but
mad low.
right, but I just turned it up now. So how about now?
Still low.
I'm trying to look at my levels. Mm, I don't know.
I don't think if you said our screens was dark on the video.
No, what it was is that I just sat there and turned it on my phone, but I pressed play, so it gave that feedback. And I was like, okay, well, let me turn it down, but that didn't work because once I turned it down, because before you heard me before when I was saying where's Charlene, right? I mean, where's
Yeah.
I was fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I ended up turning my phone on. I ended up going. I think I hope I didn't mess it up. So
You could see the people who are watching.
yes, I need to be able to. We should be sharing. I gotta give you access to the. Hold on. Let me give you access.
I have to switch sides because I don't want the smoke to keep going in your face.
Oh,
Or are you straight?
I'm straight.
Okay.
See?
Yeah. I can hear you.
But I sound mad low, right?
Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna translate on the video with you being low like that,
I'm gonna
or
turn
if it's just
it on in a minute.
It makes a difference.
But I'm about to send Kim the link to her phone.
okay.
I'm already on.
Okay, then
No, I'm talking about the link to the video. No,
okay.
no. CC?
All right. Yeah, you sound real
You
good.
sound good. Why is it doing it?
You're still on your call.
No. Kimberly jump back on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was sending you the link to the video so that you can share it so we can get some more views on.
Oh well, the only reason we switched phones was just to make sure we had your volume up loud enough so that we could hear you.
Yeah, cause I can hear you better on her phone.
Okay, so you hung up your phone, CC.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I still see the face there? Let me disconnect it. Okay, you won't want me to. All right, so good. You remember where you was at, CC?
Oh yeah. I was saying that as far as the brothers, right?
Right?
I think what's happening is that the brothers are not really feeling like their voices are being heard for the things that they're going through. So if the brothers are feeling like their voices are not being heard and the sisters are feeling like their voices are not being heard, now you have two people coming together
Speaking a
that
different language.
speak in a different language, because if someone has to internalize everything and they feel like they have left a relationship where they weren't understood or they were mistreated, and then they're not expressing themselves the way that they need to, and then they're going with somebody who is experiencing or had experienced something similar,
They're walking on eggshells.
they're walking on eggshells with each other because no one is communicating and expressing themselves.
Right.
And with the men, it's because of a lot of it is the ego.
Right.
I mean, because it's like, oh, I'm the man. I'm not even supposed to be showing signs of all this sensitivity because it translates to them as a weakness.
Yeah.
When that's not really the case. Like, it's not weakness. It's you need to be letting your woman know how you feel.
Correct. Correct.
That's communication. If you're scared, let the person know that you're scared. What are your fears? Why are you scared? Let us work through that. If the woman is feeling though she was in a situation where she was manipulated or she wasn't heard, she needs to be able to feel like she can express that to the next person so that they can work through it and have some kind of resolve. And that's what it is. Like, the brothers need to be heard and the sisters need to be heard, and we need to learn how to communicate these things to one another.
And I agree. And I also agree that it's not what you say, it's always how you say it. You know what I mean?
It-
So like you're not gonna be heard by saying it, a way that you're not gonna like somebody speaking to you, and the same demeanor. You know what I mean? So, that plays a major aspect in it as well. I would think just by experience, and there's times that I come off a certain way, and it's just not that I want to come off a certain way. It's just that sometimes I have no filter.
right.
You know what I'm
And
saying? And I think it's maybe because it's my sign. I want to say it's because of my sign, of me being a Sagittarius, and we just sometimes know what we not say. How you say it? Sometimes we not know what we say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of times we mean no harm. But when we do mean harm, it's fire coming out of our mouth. You know?
Right.
and and honestly, sis, it's not just your particular sign. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Honestly, part of that, it does describe your nature. You know what I'm saying? Foundational parts of your nature. But
Every-
part of it is, the experiences that you've been through and different things you have to interact to. I can definitely speak for that on my behalf because I get that a lot sometimes. That Kim, you're very blunt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's.
Um,
But
and
because we connect with, and I say that because we connect with each of these stars. You know what I mean? We connect with the universe, so we already is made up of who are. You was already made blunt when you was assigned to your sign. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's
Yeah.
like it's not even just what we go through. It's because this is who we are from the beginning. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Before we even came into this realm, like this is who we are. And then dealing with society. It triggers the shit. Don't be barking in my room. Open the door. Sorry.
The baby wants to be part of the dialogue. You know what I'm saying?
This. Go ahead. Ain't really nothing. Yeah, because it was for you, but Doodle came in here and tore it up. And then Cynthia said that he brought it in here yesterday. He brought it here yesterday. But yeah, tell the chair to bring me a piece of cake.
But definitely, we agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? You do have to be mindful of how you deliver your message. Positioning is everything. It kind of goes back to what the old school used to say. It's not always necessarily what you say, it's how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
And your intentions might be well, but if you don't make sure
Your
your
delivery.
delivery is on point, it can come off, in a way that, like you said, somebody might not be so receptive to it. And that's something that we need to be mindful of too, because sometimes we get caught up, we so used to talking to our girlfriends, and the fellas, they so used to talking to the homies. When we start interacting with each other, we're talking to each other as
Kind
we're
of
talking,
brash.
like I'm talking to my homegirl, or if you're talking to your homeboy, opposed to us talking to our significant other that we
What
have.
happened to that light that you guys was just under when I seen you all nice and bright?
Okay, you're gonna have to scoot down. Better?
I don't. In fact,
Not quite.
I don't see you. I see Charlene.
Well, I'm vertically challenged. Don't be trying to put me out
Oh
on
yeah.
Front
Oh
Street.
yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot.
You
Okay.
know I'm only 5'5". Don't play. Don't do that.
I forgot. I forgot. Yes.
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 You just got them inches on me. Don't do me like that.
I apologize. But
Don't
no,
do me. Don't do me like that. Don't do me
Don't
like
do
that.
don't do me like that.
don't do me like that, Charlene.
Don't do me like that, Keena. Don't do me like that.
I won't, Kim. I won't do you like that, Kim.
But nah, for real, but I think this is gonna be the start of something extremely beautiful. You feel what I'm saying? Definitely opening up some dialogue, and it'd be great, to have some brothers on the platform with us.
Yes.
And not saying that they shouldn't start their own. Most definitely, you know what I mean? Because just like we have hair salons, they have barbershops. They're gonna need their own platform, but definitely where we can go ahead and coexist on each other's platforms and things like that. I think that's going to be something that's going to be significant. I think that's definitely going to open up a lot of perspectives for people that they never looked at before. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So I definitely, I think this is a great start, because this is, communication rules the nation, regardless of what people say.
Yeah.
Right.
If
And I
you,
like how you said that. The men are so used to speaking to their brothers, and the females are so used to speaking to their sisters that when they come together, it's like two different languages. Like that is so true.
Right.
yeah, it's
Right.
awkward. It's at times it seems as if we don't know how to interact with each other, which it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? We should be able to have a unified front, whether it's sisters together, brothers together, or joining a coalition of brothers and sisters together.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, we have to be able to have dialogue. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because honestly, that's a lot of things that society promotes. It's not a lot of dialogue. It's a lot of physical out there now. You know what I'm saying? And what people tend to fail to realize is that the physical only lasts for so long. It's not, everlasting. It's temporary. So after you have the physical, after you get past that, then what? Where's the intellectual piece at?
Where's the
Where's
spiritual piece
you
at?
feel what I'm saying? And those are the major things that have been missing from our society for a very, very long time. And it puts us in the current state that we're in. We got the youth running around today that have practically no morals, no respect for their elders. Where we grew up in a time where, it was where the village raised the child. Your mom had two or three people on several different blocks. So if you're cutting up down the street, they catching you, they putting you on blast, they calling your mama. By the time you get to the house, you got to deal with her. So, it's something that we need to get back to. We got to get back to that unified front, and our newer generations are dependent upon that, point blank period. If we don't start making corrections and we don't start trying to break generational curses, because that's all that is, you know what I'm saying? If we don't start doing those things now, our future is going to fall by the wayside. It's just going to be left to hell in a handbasket, and it's sad to say it like that, but that's where we are now. You know, so
we need more intimacy. Like at the end of the day, I feel like we just need more intimacy with one another as relationship, and also as friends, sisters, brothers. It just needs to be more intimacy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like more communication, more romance. Like you guys were saying, if you're talking to your brothers, let that be a brother conversation. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking to your significant other, let that be an intimate type of conversation, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Your loved ones and whatnot.
I think we need to have more self love. You know,
Yes.
everybody claim that they love somebody. Do you love
Right.
them, or are you in love with them, or are you in love with yourself? Because if you can't be in love with yourself, there's no possible way that you can be in love with anybody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, how are you going to treat that next person? You can't possibly treat that person like you want to be treated, because
you don't know how you want to be treated,
you know what
and
I'm
you
saying?
don't know exactly.
And then also, some people are in love with the fact of what that person can do for them, not so much for that person being who they are.
Right,
You have some people that just love the fact that you can take care of them, or you know what I'm saying? You have something superficial to offer,
right,
Materialistic.
right.
materialistic. You know what I'm saying? You don't love me,
Everybody's
but
so
you love
worried
the
about the physical. You know,
right,
that's the problem nowadays. You know,
Yeah.
the physical.
right.
So I think we should. I think we covered a few major points of the introduction of this video. I mean, of this platform, and pretty much a briefing of who we are and where we come from, and things of that nature. And I just think that moving forward, the people should understand that we're here for them. And you know, questions and comments is it's okay. You know what I mean? You can have any questions or whatever. If you have any comments, you know, everything can go right there in the comment box. You know, our emails will display our emails at the end of this video so that you will also be able to copy the email link or however you want to do it, because we are able to be reached. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I think, ladies, sisters, that we covered a great aspect of it. And I feel like me, honestly, I want to be really honest. Excuse my throat, first of all. Probably can see my veins popping out every time I talk because it's strenuous for me. Um,
Yeah,
um,
but you can see.
yes, man. But what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, you felt we covered a lot of good things starting off the platform this evening.
Yeah, but I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, but I was trying to, jug your memory by taking you back to your last statement.
I don't like when that happens, you know. Um, let me
But one thing I definitely do want to add
Oh, that's
to.
what I was gonna say. That's what I was. I'm sorry, I found out. So what I was gonna say is like I'm actually like I want to be really honest. I'm dozing off.
Oh, we seen it. We already seen it.
For real.
We ain't speak on it, but that bed is hugging you. We seen it.
So I am dozing off like crazy. I don't know if these glasses hit it. I don't even know if my eyelashes hit it. But, yo, I'm like,
Yo, I can't with you, yo, Kina. There you go.
But anyway, we were about to bring it to a close anyway. Anyhow.
Okay. Okay. Because, you know, I'm
But
like,
yeah, you in and out. You in and out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna catch you before you get all the way out. But
okay.
definitely, to our viewers that have had an opportunity to see, this out there, please, definitely don't sit in silence. Definitely comment, because all perspectives are definitely welcome. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? Because that's what this dialogue is about, getting more than one perspective, because a lot of times that's all we operate is in tunnel vision in that one perspective.
Yeah.
So the more perspectives that we get, the better, the more in-depth the dialogue will be. And it definitely carry on, further than just us three ladies, but definitely touch on some things that the people really want to talk about or possibly want to get our insight about. So
Definitely ask questions. If you have any
please,
questions, put it in the
please,
comment box.
Yeah.
please.
You must. You know what I mean? And share our live videos. You know, you want to also inspire other women to just, jump on board, because this is a platform of women, for women, created by women. You know what I mean? We are the
Absolutely.
women, and with all that being said, we are here for you, whatever it is, because, we all have to be able to support one another through all endeavors, all hurdles, whatever, however the case may be. Let's just make it happen for us, for us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, definitely on that note, I think we should go ahead and, bring this, full circle and bring it to a close. But definitely, I feel empowered. I feel motivated. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited about the direction of where this is going to go. I'm excited about, the masses that it's going to touch, because I think it's going to do something positive that is long overdue. It was something that was long needed, and now it's here. So we don't have any type of excuses anymore. We are here for each other.
And what we
Yeah.
also going to do is we're going to make sure that, we have this platform on a consistent basis, because we don't want anybody missing us. We want to still be there for, our people. And then we also have things that we are going to be introducing, like, our black soap. Cece got the black soap and some other,
Shea butter, some herbs, and some tinctures, and
we're
some
gonna be,
healing
we're gonna be
oil.
yeah, so we're gonna be introducing some of these items, and you're gonna learn how you can be able to create your own oils, and we're gonna be able to how you can connect spiritually with these incense and these oils, and how you can just get in love with you, yourself, your skin from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? So we just have a lot of things to talk about, and the next come around when we get back on this platform, we definitely want to discuss our past events, leading to now, maybe our last,
Our last adventure.
Right.
you know what I mean, from each and every last one of us, because we all experience pretty much the same freaking F-boy trap.
Right.
True story. True
Yes,
story.
true story, facts.
Message.
Okay, and with all that being said, wisdom glasses. My, I'm falling asleep behind the wisdom lens, so I must give some peace,
Peace,
love, and blessings.
love, and lights.
Peace, love, and blessings, baby. We out
For
here.
sure.
Sister, I got
Bye.
in my own something. Sister, sister.
Good night. Peace, love, and blessings, y'all.
Yes, most definitely. Stay uplifted, stay positive and motivated.
Yay.